On the surface, they appear to be genuine Johnny Depp fans. Their social media accounts are filled with photos of the Hollywood star, and they tweet up to 20 times per day, praising Depp while trashing his ex-wife, Amber Heard. Amber is an abuser and a liar, says one. She is a traitor, another says disgusts me and adds, Johnny is innocent, he's a legend. However, these accounts are not run by genuine fans at all. The evidence suggests they are run by paid, human trolls with ties to the Saudi government. In 2022, Depp, 60, won a defamation case against Heard, 37, after a U.S. jury determined she made up allegations of domestic abuse against him. Depp's victory represented a stunning comeback for the actor. A UK court had reached the opposite conclusion 2 years earlier, with a judge ruling that Depp had abused Heard on 12 occasions. Depp has visited Saudi Arabia several times and stayed on the royal yacht Serene. He is pictured at a film festival on November 30, 2023 in Jeddah. In 2022, Johnny Depp, 60, won a defamation case against Amber Heard, 37, after a U.S. jury found that she had made up allegations of domestic abuse against him. Amber Heard's team suspected that someone had hired bots' automated accounts to attack her and defend Depp, but they could never prove it. Prior to the trial in the United States, thousands of pro-Depp accounts appeared on social media. Heard's team suspected that someone had hired bots' automated accounts to attack her and defend Depp, but they couldn't prove it. But were they correct after all? For months, I've been looking into whether Heard was subjected to a coordinated trolling campaign, and, if so, who was responsible. The results are available today in Who Trolled Amber, a 6-part podcast for Tortoise. We discovered evidence that, in the lead-up to the trial, more than half of all tweets criticizing Amber Heard were inauthentic. That means they were either sent by bots, which are automated accounts capable of sending thousands of messages per day, or by paid trolls, who are real people hired to post offensive messages online. We analyzed over 1 million tweets in the first large-scale study of its kind. The findings indicate that bots and trolls played a significant role in swaying public opinion, particularly online, against Heard. Daniel Maki, a former spy who tracks disinformation campaigns, told me, "There's a 0.1% chance this was all organic, occurring naturally without external output. There's no way this was all organic. I will bet you $1 million. But that is not all." In addition to anti-Heard trolls, we discovered pro-Depp accounts with links to Saudi Arabia. Today, these accounts tweet in English, but I discovered hundreds of previously deleted tweets from the same accounts, all in Arabic. Neither of them mention Depp or any other celebrity. Instead, the majority praised the Saudi regime or its authoritarian ruler, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS. Saudi Arabia has a long history of using bots and trolls to support its rulers while disparaging its opponents. The regime even operated its own troll farm in the capital, Riyadh, where workers were paid $3,000, £2,400 per month. Saudis are masters of online disinformation. Was it just a coincidence that pro-Depp accounts on social media were from the country? Maybe not. Authoritarian states, including Saudi Arabia, must have a means of controlling social media. Mark Owen Jones, an expert on Middle Eastern disinformation, told me. The Twitter accounts you've identified show signs of a rented bot network or a for-hire propaganda network. Why would anyone in Saudi Arabia want to spend time and money secretly supporting Johnny Depp online? You may have recently read that Depp and MBS have developed an unusual bromance. Depp has visited Saudi Arabia several times, staying on the royal yacht Serene, a 439-foot Italian-built vessel with 7 decks, a submarine, and Asno room, and praising the country for its blossoming film architecture. Bradley Hope, the author of a book about MBS, claims that the two unlikely friends can discuss anything. They even talked about the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in an operation led by Saudi agents in 2018. MBS assured Depp that he did not personally order Khashoggi's death, a claim flatly refuted by America's CIA. So, what does this friendship mean for Depp? The answer is obvious. The actor, whose Hollywood career has faltered, has an incentive to remain friends with the prince. His most recent films, Jean Du Barry and Modi, were partially funded by millions of dollars from Saudi Arabia. However, Depp is also important to Saudi Arabia. According to MBS's Vision 2030 plan, the country will invest hundreds of billions of dollars to transform itself into an entertainment and sports hub. Securing Depp as a supporter of Saudi film is a significant PR coup for the regime. What they both believe will be a lifelong relationship has begun, Hope informed me. I believe Johnny Depp will be visiting Saudi Arabia frequently. Following the murder of Khashoggi in 2018, thousands of Saudi government-controlled bots, flooded social media with messages that downplayed the killing and praised MBS. The bots became so widespread that experts dubbed them the flies. Bradley Hope examined the pro-Depp tweets coming from Saudi Arabia and told me, "It appears that these are from the flies. These are Saudi Ministry of Flies accounts." However, this does not imply that MBS sat down and personally decided to unleash the flies on Amber Heard. Somehow, it became known that MBS had a new fascination with Johnny Depp and wished to assist him in some way, Hope speculated. Someone gets the impression that this is the agenda, and it becomes a sanctioned message to send via the flies channels. Attribution is always difficult in cases of online disinformation. Today, almost anyone can pay for bots and leave little evidence of their actions. But the startling implication of what I discovered was that Saudi government bots had been tasked with supporting Depp and trolling his former wife, thereby influencing public opinion at a critical time for the fallen Hollywood icon. The Saudi link is far from the only troubling discovery I made while researching who trolled Amber. I asked two data experts, Zhaohan Chen of New York University and Kaiqing Yang of Northeastern University, to analyze our database of 1 million tweets about Depp and Heard. They discovered numerous instances of inauthentic activity in this massive dataset. These included bot networks in Thailand and Spain that tweeted a large number of pro-Depp messages, fake pro-Depp accounts that used AI-generated profile pictures to give the appearance of authenticity, and even accounts that collaborated to coordinate anti-Amber hate. In one instance, over 100 Twitter accounts sent 1,000 identical messages to any company that had worked with Heard at precisely the same time. The message read, "This brand supports domestic violence against men." Some of the suspicious accounts appeared to be automated, with bots programmed to retweet popular hashtags or posts. However, others acted like humans, posting original content. Chen, one of our researchers, elaborated, "I identified multiple campaigns against Heard. Each campaign typically consists of hundreds or thousands of accounts. I would estimate that there are many thousands of accounts that are inauthentic." Overall, Chen believed that more than half of the tweets in the database I obtained came from inauthentic accounts. If Chen is correct, bots and trolls played a significant role in shaping social media perceptions of Heard. This matters. In 2022, the Virginia jury in Depp v. Heard was not sequestered, rather, they were sent home every night. This meant they could theoretically have accessed the internet during the trial, even if they weren't supposed to. If they had, they would have discovered that social media had reached a single conclusion. Amber was lying about Depp's abuse. Between 2016 and 2022, there were over 800,000 tweets with the hashtag number #AmberHeardIsOnABusser. Despite the fact that she was accusing him of abuse, only 15,000 tweets included the hashtag number Johnny Depp Saudi. Tens of thousands of social media posts also referred to Amber as a gold digger, a whore, and other derogatory terms. But you might still say, so what? Is it truly significant if someone hired bots to attack an actress? I think it is. This case has far-reaching consequences beyond an unpleasant spat between two spoiled Hollywood actors. This year is the most significant election year in history. Billions of people in more than 50 countries, including the United States and, most likely, Britain, will vote. It seems as if democracy itself is on the ballot. At the same time, it is becoming easier to spread misinformation online. Only last weekend, Home Secretary James cleverly warned that Milan actors could use AI-generated content to sway the outcome of the general election. Countries such as Russia are preparing to disrupt elections in the West. Artificial intelligence software, such as Chat, has greatly simplified the process of creating realistic bots. Major social media companies, such as Twitter, have reduced staff and online safety teams. So, if you couldn't tell the difference between a real-life Johnny Depp fan and a bot in 2022, you'll most likely be unable to distinguish a Russian troll from a U.S. election official in 2024. And this is a serious issue for the security of our democracies. So much so that the World Economic Forum last month named AI-fueled misinformation as the most immediate threat to global leaders over the next 2 years. After gathering evidence that bots and trolls played a significant role in the Amber Heard case, as well as strong indications that much of the trolling originated in Saudi Arabia, I focused on Adam Waldman, Depp's longtime lawyer. Waldman, who is married to beauty magnate Dr. Barbara Sturm, is a controversial figure who was barred from participating in the U.S. trial for leaking confidential information to the media. While I couldn't find direct evidence that Waldman had hired a bot army to assist his client, I did discover that he was willing to communicate with real-life trolls. In court, Waldman admitted to speaking with 3 YouTubers, all of whom were vehemently pro-Depp. In 2020, one of these YouTubers obtained a recording of Depp and Heard's private argument, in which Heard appeared to admit to physically assaulting Depp. It's likely that Waldman or someone close to him gave the YouTuber the audio file. When YouTuber Brian McPherson, also known as That Brian Fella, posted the recording, 7 minutes had been cut from the original audio, making Heard appear less sympathetic than in the full recording. The edited recording was played approximately 6 million times and became one of the pivotal moments when public sympathy shifted away from Heard and toward Depp. The more I looked into Waldman's background, the murkier things became. I examined his Foreign Agent Registration Act (FARA) files, which must be submitted by anyone in the United States who works for a foreign agent. Waldman was required to file FARA papers for years because he worked for Oleg Deripaska, an oligarch close to Vladimir Putin. The FARA papers show that he advised Deripaska on everything from press strategy to business transactions. They also reveal that Waldman and Deripaska once went on vacation together as friends. However, Deripaska was not Adam Waldman's most controversial Russian client. From 2010 to 2017, he worked for Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Working for Lavrov is like working directly for the Russian government. Intriguingly, Waldman's work for Lavrov coincided with a period when Waldman also represented Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks founder who is currently fighting extradition to the United States, and who has been widely accused of working with Russia, which he disputes. Waldman did not return a request for comment. After I contacted him, he shared my request on Twitter, prompting some of Depp's troll army to attack me online. The sentient, alert humans you call trolls and bots are real people who want the truth, reality, and facts back. Waldman wrote, a request for comment was made to Johnny Depp and the Saudi embassy, but neither responded. So, after months of investigation, where does this leave us? Even when we can demonstrate that trolls and bots are part of a disinformation campaign, it is nearly impossible to determine who is responsible and hold them accountable. However, I am concerned that as these pernicious techniques become more popular in the hands of unscrupulous individuals, the consequences will go far beyond a single ugly divorce and strike at the heart of our democratic system.